I'm Zach Kearney for Tower Media. I'm going to tell you about what movie theaters are doing to increase revenue and a subscription service called MoviePass that I personally use. Going to the movies has been a staple of American life for over 100 years, and as film has evolved, so has the experience of going to the cinema. From the early single movie theater buildings to the sprawling multiplexes of modern day, the film-going experience has certainly seen a lot of changes, as the films of Hollywood have changed themselves. Modern-day cinema is facing more challenges than ever before, from ever-increasing ticket prices due to the inflated price of the modern blockbuster, to streaming services like Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix offering content that is close to the quality of what you can see in the movie theater. With cell phones in the pockets of every person that can just go off at any time taking you out of the movie, also just plain and simply talkative people who don't understand that they simply aren't in their living room, which also happens to be one of the hardest places to beat in terms of comfort. All these obstacles have proven to really challenge the theater industry, as in 2017, the theater industry posted a 25-year low in ticket sales, with only 1.239 billion tickets sold domestically over the entire year, down from 1.4 billion just 10 years ago. While the industry reports a total gross of over $11 billion, and that is far from a dying industry, it does show that it is a scary downward trend for movie theaters.
Is the movie-going experience something that you feel needs to be preserved?
Yes, because there are certain films that unless you see them in that setting with the big screen, you're going to miss the whole point of the film. Think about the first Star Wars film. You've got this broad canvas. Or an older film like Lawrence of Arabia, which is these vast desert vistas, and David Lean shot it with the intent of showing it on a large screen, and plus when it works well, I think there is a communal sense to going to the theater, that you're part of a group who's having this same experience, not unlike a concert.
Many theaters have already started exploring new ways to keep people coming to the theater. One simple way that I have experienced theaters improving the movie-going experience is pre-assigned seating, allowing consumers to know exactly where they will be sitting before showtime and not making guests wait in line for hours before a popular film. For example, the next Star Wars film. Someone could even simply show up 5 minutes before showtime on opening night and be just fine. Another way theaters have tried to improve themselves is by the addition of recliners in place of regular theater seats, making for an overall more relaxing, immersive, and comfortable movie-going experience. Along the same lines, theaters have begun allowing for upscale movie theaters, where you can eat and have beverages while you watch the movie, making for a dinner and movie-going experience all in one. The theater chain specializing in this is Alamo Drafthouse, having recliners, ordering food and beverages in every theater, with a waiter who will come and get you what you need at any time during the movie.
Have you experienced any ways that theaters are trying to improve, maybe recliners or maybe deals?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have been to a couple of these theaters where you can get the reclining seats and have a meal or a beverage delivered to you, and on the one hand, that's fun. Yeah. It's a nice perk. But on the other hand, I wonder if that doesn't contribute to this sense of this being like your living room.
Yeah, that's true.
At home when you're watching a DVD or a Blu-ray, you can pause it, and go do something. And I don't know, I find it a bit disruptive to be in the middle of a movie and here's in effect, the wait staff bringing you food.
We're like right in the middle, we're trying to get in the movie and then
And it's, and depending on the film, once your concentration is broke, it can be very hard to reestablish it.
Many theaters also have introduced their own reward system for its regular consumers. For example, Cinemark offers what is called Cinemark Movie Club, which is $8.99 per month, giving patrons 20% off concessions, which can be shared with friends, and additional tickets can be purchased for $8.99 with no online fees. AMC offers what is called AMC Stubs. That gives members free popcorn refills on any visit, $2 off tickets every Tuesday, and $5 back to consumers when they earn 5,000 points. $1 spent will give you 20 points towards the $5 back. This program is free to join. Many theater chains have similar programs that consumers can look at and decide if it is right for them. With all this, a company has emerged that may just help keep some consumers headed to the movie theater. This is MoviePass, a subscription service that I personally subscribe to. While it does have its limits, the service is of great value to the consumer. The company started all the way back in 2011, and at times was $20 to $100 per month depending on the service. The company just made waves by slashing its price to only $10 per month for one movie per day each month, effectively allowing for consumers to see 31 movies per month for the price of just $10. This actually does have its limitations, as it doesn't allow you to see 3D, IMAX, or any kind of upcharged theater. It must be a normal theater with a normal ticket price. All tickets must be bought within 100 yards of the theater, so buying tickets online isn't possible. And tickets must be bought within 30 minutes of the screening. Also, Disney doesn't allow for its films to be used by MoviePass in any theater for around the first 2 to 3 weeks of that film's release. Despite all this, it still does allow an awful lot for only $10 a month. Over 2 million consumers have decided that this subscription service is for them. Now, as a subscriber, I will explain and show you how to use the service. First, download the app and create a profile. Then, you'll give them the payment information and where to send the MoviePass card you will use to buy your tickets. One issue I've heard people have is the card taking up to a month to reach them. However, for me the card arrived within a week and a half. Once you have the card, it is time to head to the theater. When you arrive, open the app and select the theater you are at. Then, scroll down to the movie and showtime you wish to select. After this, head into the theater and go to the ticket booth or kiosk and select the showtime you picked on the app. Now, just pay with your card, grab your tickets, and head inside.
Last kind of question here. Have you heard of the MoviePass system? That's what I use. It's for only $10 a month. You see pretty much as much.
I have heard of it. I have not enrolled in it, but I think it's a good idea, particularly for people like college students who don't have a lot of disposable income. And so anything that will encourage people to get up off their sofas and go to the theater to see the films as they were intended to be seen, I think is a positive thing.